Alrighty, everybody, welcome to another episode of the NerdCorp Podcast. This is your one and only source for all things nerdy, whether it be video games, comic books, TV shows, whatever you need, we got your back. I am your host, as always. My name is Matt Hedrick, and here with me is the one, the
Kind of had some bitrate issues. We're back. So I'm here talking about stuff. We have a new Wednesday Addams, Matt.
we do.
Yes, we do. Jenna Ortega. She was most famously in that one show on Netflix where everyone obsesses over the psycho stalker guy. I think it's called You or He or something. I don't know. I don't watch Netflix. She was also in a Netflix movie that I did watch. It was called The Babysitter's Killer Queen. Or Queen Bee, whatever the hell it's
Okay.
called. She was the love interest in the sequel film. She's awesome. Hell of a talent.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
She's playing the new Wednesday. I approve. But I'm also still going to boycott it.
Okay.
Potentially.
Explain.
Potentially. If Christina Ricci is not
Okay.
Morticia Addams, I'm double deucing out. That's my girl. You ain't going to do her raw
Yeah.
like that. Don't do her dirty.
You got it. You got to stick the landing with her in this casting, man. It does not work without her.
I fell in love with her when she was in Casper. You can't. You can't do this to me. I need her. I still don't like the premise of Wednesday having psycho connect powers or some nonsense like that.
Mm.
Well, whatever. I would have preferred she just be some psychopathic serial killer kind of chick walking around high school trying to stop other psychopathic serial killer people because she's like bored and wants something to do. I think
Yeah,
that'd be a
I don't
great
understand
premise
the
of
need
show.
for supernatural stuff. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, that's more supernatural stuff. I don't like her having supernatural powers specifically.
Yeah.
You want to put the supernatural in, like that makes sense. Dead people, sure. Why not? It's the Addams
Mhm.
family. We don't know what the fuck's going on there. I mean, they're creepy, and they're kooky,
God.
and they're a little spooky. Ookie ookie.
Altogether ooky.
So I approve. I'm gonna check the show out. Either way, hopefully Christina Ricci does play Morticia. That'd be great. I'd even love it if they found a way to bring in like Raul Julia's kids. They're probably in their mid to late 30s by now. Just have like a cameo role. Like that'd be great.
That that would be awesome to see that. Nice little tribute to him. I like that.
Maybe bring in Tim Curry to play the grandpapa Adams. I think he's still alive, right? Tim Curry's still alive.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Tim Curry played I can't remember Gomez and one of the straight to DVD movies. So have fun with that knowledge, folks. Next up, you watched the Modoc
So-
show, didn't you?
I watched a few episodes of it so far, yes, and my initial first impressions are this show's got a great cast, but I feel like, at least so far, I feel like it's trying too hard. I don't know if that can be a good and a bad thing, because I think like when this show nails a joke, it nails it really well, but I feel like other times it's just going for the shock factor for the sake of it's on a streaming service, you know? And it's very much playing up the role of Modoc is the family man. He's his company's being taken over. He's just obsessed with ruling the world, but nobody really like sees him as that like massive villain that to care about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of trying to find his purpose on a lower level. And he's having issues with his wife. He only cares about himself. And the show's really about like the discovery of, you know, who he really is through the eyes of his family. And that could be a really good dynamic and everything. But like I said, it very much tries to go too far in some cases and doesn't always stick with the premises it should. And that's where I falter. And it's like it's like we were talking about before. I feel like, and I think you're right about this too, is that Patton Oswalt is pretentious. You
Yeah.
know, he's got this way of like delivering a joke sometimes that makes you feel like he's he's not really trying to tell a joke. He's literally just trying to tell you you're stupid and he thinks it's funny,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I don't think it works with Modoc. You know what I mean? I feel like Modoc, yes, he's a cranky little angry robot, but I don't know. I feel like he would just find a way to get through something, not struggle with it so much, if that makes any sense.
No, but I haven't seen the show, so I have no idea.
Mm,
Having a bulbous-sized doofus and Modoc having a family who all look like him, even though he's the only one. It's just all dumb. It's all dumb, and this is dumb Marvel. And stay away.
mm.
Just stay the fuck away. You also watched a movie. It's Angelina Jolie versus the one guy from The Walking Dead. Shane. Shane.
He's a, he's actually not against her, but I do see your point. Um,
John Bernthal is so perpetually angry that I have to imagine he's against everyone, even John Bernthal. I've never seen him play a
he
character where he wasn't angry at someone.
he does get angry in this movie, and so you are right. There is a very much an angry moment in this movie where he lets his usual, like, let's call it acting out. You
Sure,
know,
sure. Acting. Yeah.
I was using that in heavy quotes, by the way. Um, it's a fairly simple premise for a movie. It's um, something happens to a kid on the way to a trip with his father. His father is some kind of accountant, and these firefighters or something like that are they're killing off of these people for some reason, but it's never really explained. And the kid gets trapped on the side of the road, and Angelina Jolie, being a firefighter, is offers to help him. But it's not like she just becomes full on badass or something. That's not how this movie really plays it, because she doesn't like get a bunch of weapons and fight him off or anything. It's more or less just trying to get him to the next point. Um, this movie is very straightforward, and it also tries to like go for the over the top action thing and make you suspend disbelief. And there are parts of it where you're like, okay, I think I'm checked out at this point. Like the John Barenthal, like you said, his character is the police officer in here, and him and his wife run a survival school that Jolie was a part of too. And these two assassins are on the run chasing the kid, and so naturally those people end up helping them to a degree. So she's pregnant, and then she gets on the back of a horseback and starts shooting guys with a rifle. And I'm like, all right, I think I'm checking out at this point, because that is just so absolutely ridiculous. But it almost the entire movie almost comes off as this like almost made for TV movie, like stock made for TV action movie. And while it's okay, it's completely forgettable, you know? So yeah, if I had to put it on a rating scale thing like we usually do, wouldn't get any higher than a 3 for me.
Fair enough. It sounds like a bad fucking movie. Those Who Wish Me Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't even remember the name of the goddamn movie, so I said, kill me. Google said, hey, Angelina Jolie once tried to hire a hitman to kill her. So there's that.
Really? That's weird.
So I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say that the kid saw something he wasn't supposed to see.
Yeah, to a degree. It was more along the lines of the father, shocker, gets killed, and they don't necessarily see the kid runs off, and they, not having fully accounted for him, they go back and try to get him. That's the whole point.
Yep. Saw something he
Hmm.
wasn't supposed to see.
Yeah, pretty much sums it up. Yeah.
Speaking of summing up, you need to be watching Pushing Up Daisies. Or Pushing Up Roses.
Do I? Do I
Hang on,
now?
Hang on. Let me get the channel name right. She likes flowers. I think it's Pushing Up Roses. Pushing Up Roses. Yes. Okay. Pushing Up Roses. Excuse me. My favorite thing that she does is reviewing episodes of Murder, She Wrote.
Always interesting idea.
I don't know why I find them so charming, but I do. She's very good at her job. She always comes across very even keel. I find myself not really leaving her episodes going, why did she have to put it that way? So I like that. She's very kosher. She had an episode of Murder She Wrote where Linda Hamilton and Bryan Cranston starred. And she's like, this is the weirdest episode of Murder She Wrote in terms of like what they don't do in Murder She Wrote. Like apparently, like there was like 2 deaths, which is like a huge no-no. There was a competent cop, which is like never the case, and then the cop dies, and she's like, so first he shows up and was helpful, and then he dies, and then Angela Lansbury's like, oh no, and then like she keeps playing this one scene. If you look at the screen, it's Linda Hamilton making this disturbed face, and it's the best thing of the episode. And she puts over the fact that Linda Hamilton, who's a great actress, was phenomenal in this, and she's like, her portrayal of this heavy-handed subject matter in a generally speaking very lighthearted show made her uncomfortable because it felt very real, and it's all about how Linda Hamilton's character is being made out to be, or maybe not, is crazy, and they're like, she's crazy, she's not crazy, she's crazy, she's not crazy, she's crazy, she's not crazy, and it's a fun joyride until the end, and then it abruptly stops, and Pushing Up Rose is like, what the fuck? She's very good. Check her out. Toy Galaxy is another channel I've been watching. They did an episode on the Big Bad Beetleborgs. Now, I already know everything about them, but it was cool to check out the old toys again. I used to have a bunch of the old toys, so like that was cool. I never had the monster play set with all the monsters, and that's the one I always wanted. And even though I'm 34, I'm probably going to buy it. If I can find it.
I've never even heard of them, honestly.
The Big Bad Beetleborgs?
Yeah, not familiar.
Fucking
not familiar, man. I'm sorry. You said Beetleborgs. I'm like, the only thing I can think of is there was a TV series about something Beetle related. Is that the same thing or no?
Probably. I don't know how many Beatles shows there were in the 90s. The theme song went, Big Bad Beetleborgs. Big Bad Beetleborgs. It wasn't very catchy or original, but it'll stay with
Was
you.
it another like cheesy like Power Rangers clone?
Yes, it
or am I
was.
off on that?
It was another cheesy Power Ranger clone that also had monsters that wanted to eat the Power Ranger kids, who were Beetleborgs, not Power Rangers.
Oh, delightful.
Yes, it was great because they were just like off-brand Universal monsters. So you had the Wolfman, Dracula, you had Frankenstein and the Mummy, and then you all had the Ghost Phantom Genie guy, who was like Jay Leno meets Robin Williams meets The Mask.
Okay, you say Jay Leno, and now I remember that thing. Good God, that thing was ugly.
That was his face, Matt. Check the video out. It's a lot of fun. You watched A Man of the Jedi watching Hostel, if I remember correctly, a while ago.
That was a long time ago, yeah.
I finally got around to watching it. I love this woman, even though she probably also loves the woman. I know I got no shot, is what I'm saying, but I still love her.
She's so special, isn't she?
She is a delight. She needs her own talk. Like, she needs to be the new Ellen. Like, I would watch the shit out of her daytime show. Just her watching movies, just lamenting her face. Now, I watched Hostel for the first time in theaters, and the only reason I agreed to go see it at the time, my friend at the time, we're no longer friends because he's kind of just whatever. He loves these gory ass flicks. I'm like, I don't want to see it. And then I saw the trailer. I'm like, that's Chavez from Friday Night Lights, the movie. I'll go see this. I shouldn't have seen this.
It's like a Saw knockoff, right? Isn't that what
No.
it's always been? Like more degrading part?
No.
Wow. Worse, huh?
Saw was a psychological thriller that tested the first one. I don't know about the rest. The rest was just torture porn. The first one was about a psychological thriller about a man who was using, complicated traps to try to get people to use a, millennial term or Gen Z term, live their best lives. Like, that was his whole bit. He wanted these people to, overcome their shortcomings and become better people.
Mm.
There wasn't really a lot of gore in the first movie, I think.
Not to
I
my knowledge,
I
no.
know the first movie, obviously the dead body in the center of the room, and the guy rises up, and the dead body's actually Jigsaw all along. Like that was fucking, oh my god! I audibly went, what the hell? So like, two thumbs way up. Hostel is far more torture porn. There's a lot of unnecessary torturing in this movie, and it's done for no
Mm,
real effect other than to go, to disturb people. And like the sad thing is, like these kinds of things in Eastern Europe do exist. There's
damn, that
all
sucks.
sorts of like sex trafficking and people going missing in that part of the continent, and it's just, dude, don't ever go to Eastern Europe. Like anything past Germany, you don't need to go. Like Amsterdam, Germany, Italy, Greece, like that's it. Like everything else, you can say hasta la vista,
So
hasta
sadly, this could be more
lasagna.
like a documentary than an actual movie then.
Not really a documentary, not even close, but sure, I get your point. Speaking of horror
Mm,
films, I watched what was it? It was the horror culture, scream culture. I forget what it's called. It's what culture's horror channel.
okay.
Shriek culture. I don't know. They did a bunch of top tens recently, and some of the movies on there, I was like, this seems interesting, so let's look them up. First one up is Come to Daddy. It's Elijah Wood. His father calls him after being estranged for 30 odd years or what have you. Tells him to come home because they need to talk for the first time in 30 years or something like that. So he shows
Mm,
up, and I'm not spoiling the movie. This is the first act. He shows up, he and his dad, because he hasn't seen his dad in 30 years. He doesn't, he's like, oh, you're my dad, I guess. That's cool. And they're talking. Then his dad flips out and tries to kill him, and Elijah Wood kills his dad.
damn.
Yeah. Turns out his dad's not dead. His dad's in the basement, and the guy that he killed is his dad's ex-associate who's going to kill him. That's the first third of the movie.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, this movie's like, hey, you like twists? Do you like Twister? Do you wish Twister was far more violent and deadly and horrifying? Well, we have the movie for you. So check that out. I did watch that movie. It is interesting. I would not say it's my cup of tea, but then again, it's one of those surrealist kind of horror flicks where it's like not so much about the atmosphere, so much as like what does it mean in the meta message of the macro universal tangential. It's kind of a movie. It's a movie. It's a movie.
Mm,
And it's got Elijah Wood. And the guy that Elijah Wood he thinks is his father is the same guy from Pontypool. So like if you've ever seen that terrible horror flick, you can be like, oh yeah, this movie's gonna be a thing.
mm.
Then I saw the trailer for. I didn't watch this yet. I might. It's called The Empty Man. My problem is I read the spoilers for it on Wiki, and I was like, this is dumb. The reason why I may watch it is the most shallow reasons. Can you take just a stat? You don't need to guess who, but guess why I'd watch this.
Somebody in the cast is somebody you like, I guess. I don't know.
Close, extremely close. Someone in the cast is someone I find sexy.
Okay.
So the cast includes a bunch of people that I don't know anyone knows. Marin Ireland, maybe Virginia Cole. But for me, it comes down to the lovely, the beautiful. Wait, hang on. Something happened. Hang on. All right, we're back. I don't know what happened there. Where's the cast list? God damn it! Ah,
Search continues.
the search will always come. There she is, Samantha Logan. She's everything I could ever want in a woman. She's the. I was pulling up her IMDb because I didn't know anything she's been in outside of like one thing. She's in All American, a CW show as Olivia Baker. She's in 13 Reasons Why as Nina Jones. She's in a show called Junior, which I'd never even heard of, as Nessa. She's in The Fosters as Tia Stevens. But I remember her most as Stella in Melissa and Joey. So there's that.
Hmm.
So I would recommend anything she's in because she's fucking gorgeous. What is this Junior show? Junior, the teenage rebel Logan finds out the coming of age is a lot harder than she thought. By Luisha Ripsey. I guess that's a person? And the last movie, I forget what the title was, but basically this dude is like Dexter. He's like a psychopath who wants to commit his first murder. And he goes and he finds a hooker to kill. But the hooker's as twisted as he is. And throughout the movie, they're playing this game of cat and mouse about who's going to kill who. It's weird. It's a weird premise, and I was like, "This is interesting."
That could go a lot of different ways, man.
Right? So, like, if that's your cup of tea, then it might be the movie for you. Let me pull the movie name up so I can actually tell you who it is. Let's see. Nope, that's all from yesterday. Here we go. It is. I think it's Ready or Not. No, that's not right. I know Marin Ireland was in. No, she was in those other movies. Was it Ready or Not?
I've heard of them. I've heard of that
Nope.
movie, but I.
Ready or Not was
Don't think
Samara
of-
Weaving's.
Okay.
Well, I don't remember the name of the movie. Was it Piercing? Yes, it was Piercing. Okay. That's what it's called. It stars Christopher Abbott, Mia Wasikowska. Nope. That's not how you say that. Wasikowska. Laia Costa. Maria Dizia. Oh, Marin Ireland is in this one. I thought she was in the other two. And Wendell Pierce. Wendell Pierce is always that larger set black man who's always like a commanding authority figure in everything he's in.
I think I know what you're talking about.
He was in Waiting to Exhale. He was in Malcolm. He was in Selma. Was he the main lead in Selma? I haven't seen Selma, so I don't know.
It's been a while since I have, so I don't remember.
He was the detective in Stay Alive. Why is that the movie I remember him from?
Because you're you, I guess. I don't know.
The movie's awful. And I love it. The cast is fantastic. How can you not love Stay Alive? You've never seen Stay Alive. You can't judge it. Stop being a judgy. It stars John Foster, the brother of Ben Foster. Samurai Armstrong, who was in The O.C., Frankie Muniz, Jimmy Simpson, who was Yin Yang's biggest fan / autobiography. Mary, thank you, Mary Lightly. Milo Ventimiglia, who was in Heroes and as Rocky's son in Rocky VI. Sophia Bush and Adam Goldberg. This is a really strong cast. It's just a really stupid movie. They have to play the game to win. And everything has like this sepia tone. No, not sepia tone, because I think sepia tone is gold. But it has like this blue hue over everything, and you think you're watching a 2002 music video that didn't have the budget to just shoot at night.
That sounds like a winner.
Oh, it is. It's so good. Oh, it's the best. It's so good. I love it. It's the worst. So definitely check out those if you want. We also got some trailers this week. Resident Evil, the new TV show. Well, one of the new TV shows, because there's two. There's a live action one that's in development. We haven't seen any trailers for that yet. And then, of course, there is the animated one that's going to bring back Leon and Claire. No. Hang on. Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna say yeah, Claire. I saw Claire in the trailer, so yeah, you were right.
No, I couldn't remember like whose name was who because they're all generic white English names. And I was like, is it Claire or Jill? Which one? And I had to think like who's Jill Redfield? Only in my fantasy bookings. And no, in my shippings, Jill didn't marry Chris.
Jesus.
I'm excited for this. Like, I don't know what it's going to be about. The animation looks terrible.
Oh God, does it ever?
Like, there's some really strong shots. Like, when Leon is talking to that PTSD soldier guy, like, look great. But then when Claire was talking to that, like, rotund politician, I was like, is he clipping out of the frame? What is happening here?
It kind of looked like it. There was another one that like it had me kind of sold out as is when it's like all red and black in the room, and that dude opens his mouth and you see all like I think it's like rats or something pour out of his mouth or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I know what. Yeah,
I, I'm like,
yep.
dude, what the fuck is happening right now?
That was great. I loved it. I want more of
This is
it,
gonna be this is gonna be cheesily bad. I just know it.
and I'm fine with that. Like honestly, like I'm 1,000% down for the trash that the animation will be.
Not all of them were like that, right? Were all of them like that, cheesy and trashy?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
kind of the vibe.
okay,
So
okay,
so like
fair
I'm
enough.
down with it, but like they also really deliver a lot of times on the fight scenes. Like I'll take poorly rendered talking scenes if we get, Chris and Leon doing their best John Wick impersonation in a hallway full of zombies. That didn't make any sense because like all the zombies came out of like the elevator at the end of one hallway, and then all of a sudden zombies were coming out of every other corridor without being shown like how they got there. So like literally the animators just like let's just let them do crazy shit and we don't worry about how the zombies got behind them and down this hallway. That's just magic. Don't worry about any of that. Just fucking design a cool fight scene. And I was like, all right, cool. It's a cool fight scene. So
Yeah,
like
fuck it. Let's just not care anymore, right?
basically. But I'm down with that.
Oh yeah.
So what'd you think of the Resident Evil trailer?
I like it. I've the only one I've actually watched that I can remember is was Degenerate was one called Degeneration, or am I wrong?
Yes, Resident Evil Degeneration X,
That's the only one I can remember, and that's the one where there's like that big fight scene in the airport or something like that. That's the thing about it that sticks out to me.
starring
But
Hunter Hearst Helmsley as Chris
yeah,
Leon.
I if it's as cheesily over the top and crazy, I will for sure give it a watch. I mean, these were never meant to be quality, but if they're entertaining, why the hell not? You know?
Well, let's see. Digital Frontier, which has done the Resident Evil movies, is not listed as the TV show producer or what is it?
Is it a show or is it a movie?
It's a show.
Okay.
Production company Digital Frontier, cinematographer. So let's see. Who is doing the show? If it's not Digital Frontier. Nope. There we go. This ambiguation. It is by executive producer, production company Constantin Film. Oh, wait, nope. That's not
I
that
think
one.
that's the new movie.
Yeah.
I think that's the new movie you're talking about.
No, that's the live action show.
Okay.
Resident Evil TV series. Because it stars Jade and Billy Wesker.
Wow, what a name.
Billy! Billy!
Billy.
Billy! Alright, this one is called Infinite Darkness. So this is original net animation anime series by Capcom. The series stars Leon S. Kennedy and Claire Redfield. Studio TMS Entertainment and Quebeco. TMS Entertainment has done what? What have you done? We're not going to look at the 60s. 80s, no. 90s. Let's see. Nothing I see. Monster. Oh, they did Monster Rancher. I know that one. For like a few months. Then they changed into a different user. Sonic X. Let's see. Snow Queen. Angel Heart. Kaji no Shoujo Emily. Ah, yes. Kaji no Shimule Emily. I already mispronounced it. I clearly know what that show is. It's fantastic. Hero Bank. I guess. None of these are really making me Fruit Basket. Uh-oh. Not even the good Fruit Basket. The revival Fruit Basket, apparently. I've never seen either. Ooh, a show called Rent a Girlfriend. Yes, please. Let's see. Feature
What's the
films.
what's the rate?
Lupin 3, The Castle of Gagalisto. Let's see. Space Adventure Cobra, the movie. Golgo 13, The Professional. Little Nemo Adventures in Slumberland. Oh, these are some old. Okay, so now I'm seeing what's going on. So they've done some good stuff. Detective Conan, let's go. Anapaman. Let's see. Detective Conan, a lot of Detective Conans. Lupin, lot of Lupins. So they do have some hitters, if you will.
Okay.
So we'll see how they do. I don't know. I have my trepidations. I have my concerns. But I'm gonna watch the shit out of it. So like I don't know. It's a hell of a way to kick off the post Castlevania animatum.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's a word. Well, let me ask you this. Did I already ask you your thoughts on Resident Evil the trailer? I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. So we got Hotel Transylvania 4. Or as I like to call it, Hotel Transylvania Freaky Friday. The monsters become people, and the people become monsters. The funniest bit in this whole thing was the skeleton getting zapped and going, or no, the zombie getting zapped, and he's like, I'm a person again. I'm a person again. And then the zombie bites him, and he turns back into a zombie. I was like,
I was
oh.
trying to hold back my laughter on it while I was watching the trailer. That was fantastic.
Fucking Eeyore the zombie right here. Okay, I guess I'll just be a zombie.
I do like the premise of what they're going with it though.
Yeah,
I
I do
think
too.
it could make I think it could be highly entertaining, especially with the whole like I get it because the main character Adam was it Andy is Andy Samberg is his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't him not fitting in, not being a monster, I think is the perfect plot setup to try to get him there and make him feel like he's part of the family and stuff. So the dynamic is a solid idea. And my personal favorite thing is finally seeing David Spade's character, what he really looks like, not invisible. And that's horrifying. Jesus Christ.
I forgot what he looks like. I'm gonna look
It's
it
just
up.
like this big lumpy dude with glasses, like balding. Like I swear to God, I think I'm looking into my future.
Present, you mean? No, you
Uh,
can't be the Invisible Man's character because he's got far more hair than you ever will. Yeah, he looked like one of the Stooges.
to be fair, my hair ran away from my head and just landed on my face.
For now. I liked the first film. The second one was good. I don't know if I really liked the third one though. Them at sea, I was like, I did like the idea of like whatever the big villainous giant bat monsters were in the second one. They're all like super vampires, and they're like, I was like, that's cool. Yeah, dig it. And of course,
I also dug the idea of like them having a kid too, and the kid
mhm.
not learning how to like his how to fly and be a bat and everything. I thought that was a cool idea too.
I loved the. I forget exactly what happened, but I love the scene where they were at the camp, and like the grandfather the grandfather throws the kid off the thing, trying to get him to fly. I don't remember the
Like
scene verbatim,
he's
but I
gonna
remember
do it
liking that.
because they like build a tower all the way up into the sky, and it's
Hmm.
like no, it's actually I think it's actually Adam Sandler does it.
Yeah,
Like
he's the
the
grandfather.
track does. Okay, yeah, because he just grabs him and just flings him straight off. He won't make it. He's fine. He's good.
He's good. He'll fly. And then the great grandfather of the film, Vlad, was played by Mel Brooks.
Uh,
Love it.
the great casting, man. That's so good.
Keegan Michael Key plays the mummy. Spade plays the Invisible Man. Kevin James is the only one I can do without. I love me some Selena Gomez. She's hot. She purty. Dig that.
I think the strangest transformation they showed in this trailer was the Wolfman losing his hair and just getting a beard. What the fuck?
He looked like he was going to Trader Joe's.
Right?
So we got a third trailer. It was the new G.I. Joe Snake Eyes trailer. And he's all like, I can speak. And I'm like, I cannot watch this movie.
Can I tell you what I honestly thought this movie was the first time I saw the trailer?
Fast and the Furious, Ninja Wars, Tokyo Drift 2.
No, I thought it was that stupid like new Marvel what the hell is it called? I don't even know what it's called. Like Quan Chi, whatever. I can't remember the name.
Black Widow. Every
No,
Marvel show ever. Every Marvel movie ever.
but I thought it was another Marvel movie. I had no idea it was GI Joe. It's just it just looks like a straight up like Michael Bay action movie to me. You know, like
Transformers: The Rise of Sony. Transformers: The Fall of Microsoft. Transformers: Queeby by the Moon.
Giving Linkin Park a career in music. I don't know.
It does not look like a good movie at all.
No, no. What was the last one they did? Was it like Retaliation or something? Right?
Refund.
Yeah, because no, I, I don't get why I don't get why it ever went past Rise of Cobra, honestly, because I didn't even like that one at all. So
Gotta have the Rock and Channing Tatum.
I guess so, but at what cost? Because this movie did not these movies did not land for me. And as cool as of a character as Snake Eyes is, this looks stupid. I can't lie.
So last thing we have to talk about. We are only 6 minutes over. I'm proud of us. Is the YouTube show or YouTube whatever video. I watched Baby Driver again. I watched the Babysitter movies because those are great. I loved what the fuck is his name? Robbie Amell. He's fantastic in those movies. Cole, you gotta stand up for yourself, buddy. Then he like fucking flames his face. I'm not even mad. Good for you, Coley.
I think my favorite line is he finally found my dick or something.
Yeah.
Like, that's my favorite.
Cole, finally found my dick.
The other day.
Like I wanted
classic.
Robbie Amell's character to survive because he was such a helpful, I don't know, serial killer. Like I don't know that's something.
Do like solid comedic chops, man, for real.
Just fantastic.
Absolutely solid.
He's a very charming sociopath. So I watched all those movies again just because I was like, all right, I don't know what else I'm doing this week, so let's watch those. And one of the things I was watching on YouTube was like some of the music from the movie or Baby Driver. And it's like, do you want to watch this YouTube video of Baby Driver and Buddy are basically the same character? I was like, well, I already watched my porn for the day. Might as well. And it did paint some parallels that I thought was pretty interesting. It does kind of showcase like Buddy is basically Baby, but if Baby took a different route, like they're both career criminals. They're both guys that kind of live on the outside of society. But Baby and Buddy also both lost their families, except Baby replaced them with his foster father, who was always a good guy, and Baby was always trying to do right by him, even though he always did some criminalities. And Buddy replaced his family with Darling, who was a coked out kind of crazy person, who granted gorgeous, I get it, but you could see like the people they brought into their lives drove them differently, and I'm like, this is an interesting parallel. And there's like Edgar Wright movies are amazing to watch. Like I always get mad at people for like overhyping directors, especially Tarantino, but Edgar Wright really does put in the effort to make his movies stand out, and he always has. Like Shaun of the Dead, At World's End, which I think At World's End doesn't get enough credit.
I love that movie, man.
Really?
I really do. I love The World's End. I think it's a fantastic, like, little sci-fi romp movie. I think it's really fun.
I'm gonna rewatch that tonight. Actually, I think I find it my least enjoyable of the three Cornetto trilogies, but it's not like it's like saying like the original Star Wars trilogy. Like, yeah, Star Wars is the worst one, but it's still fucking Star Wars Episode 4: New Hope. Like, it's like saying like that hot chick is hotter than that hot chick, and that hot chick is hotter than all three of those hot chicks, but all three of them want to do me. So like, am I really gonna be picky? No.
It's got some incredible fight choreography in it too. Like
It
at least for
does.
one of the scenes, it's fan-fucking-tastic.
I love the
That
bathroom
bathroom
fight
scene
scene.
is
Yes. Yeah,
badass,
it's
man.
great. And I also love the idea of like all these dudes come together and they hate their one friend, but then they realize how fucked up he is, and they're like, "All right, we got to try something." And it's nice. It's enjoyable.
His plight is so genuine too, isn't it? Like
Mhm.
that's what I loved about it.
All he
Like it was so
wants to
simple.
do is reconnect with his childhood, and then he does, even though it's weird and post-apocalyptic-y.
A complete flip for Simon Pegg from all the rest of the roles he plays too in
Yes.
those movies.
Although
Uh,
I actually think the complete flip is him in Hot Fuzz because he's very not a character in Hot Fuzz.
yeah, he's just like straight edge for the most
Yeah,
part, right?
very much. He played it straight. He was the straight man, while Nick Frost was the color guy, if you will. So, all
But all
right,
Nick Frost did was that just be angry.
true. Same with Simon Pegg. They were playing the same character.
hmm
So, with that being said, anything else you want to mention before we go?
No, I think we got pretty much everything covered you want to talk about. So
RealNerdCorp.com, RealNerdCorp.com. You can find us on Twitter at NerdCorp, on Instagram at RealNerdCorp. You can find Matt where on your socials?
you can find me on Twitter at mnercorp, same handle on Twitch.
You can find me on Twitter at ChadNerdCorp, ChedNerdCorp, and on Instagram at Chad's Photo Hut. Be sure to tune in, check us out, watch us. Follow us on the website at realnerdcorp.com, RealNerdCorp.com, and once again on Twitter at NerdCorp. For Matt, I'm Chad. This has been the Nerd Corp, there it is, podcast where we talk about dumb shit. That's all I got. Matt, say goodnight.
And on that sad note, good night, everybody.